What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today is August the 20th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money's kind of focusing on today. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, don't really have all too much. We have two Fed speakers. Jackson Hole Symposium does kind of start today. So that's what has people all kind of up in tuffles a little bit. Aside from that though, FOMC minutes as well is coming out at 1 o'clock. Like I've alluded to in previous videos, I don't really see that being a big market mover as it once was back in like 2024, but still nonetheless, that's going to be coming out and potentially it could move kind of the market. But in my opinion, it's going to be more of a technical / speculative type of day. So people are still going to be speculating on what Powell is going to say. And ultimately, until the speech actually does occur, people are going to assume the worst. Aside from that, though, you do see futures not all that bad. During the overnight, it was a lot of stocks were getting hit quite hard. So Dow is down 0.03, S&P down 0.04, NASDAQ down 0.18. So it's recovered fairly well, so just kind of watch for that. Aside from that though, SoFi is down 0.22%. No news from them. I'm sure they have some PTSD. This isn't the first time that they did put out news where the market just tanks, so it really is unfortunate that they put out the news that they did yesterday. Got largely brushed under the rug, but as far as shorts, 9.85% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 116.01 million shares overall being shorted. So shorts did increase a small amount yesterday. I don't really anticipate that to occur today. Most likely it's going to be flat. Tomorrow is going to be a big day for the broader market though, because of the data, the flash data, as well as Walmart. Aside from that though, with it right now at 22.67, I'm looking at the 4-hour chart. It is trading between these 2 points, so this pivot in this S1, 22.26 is going to be the strong support. During the overnight, it was gravitating towards that. So potentially that's where the market might actually want to take it, but nonetheless, just watch that for a good support level. And then 23.32 being the next strong target / resistance. Given the circumstances, it could, like we've kind of recovered in worse type of scenarios in the past. So 23.32 I feel like isn't off the table, but likelihood not really there all that much. Moving on, ticker is AUUD. It is up 28% this morning. Over the last 1 year though, it is down 88.8%. So just take that into consideration. But the reason why they're moving higher is because of this. So Auddia announces new B2B business model with strategic shift to AI-driven music discovery. So kind of a unique type of pivot in my opinion, but the market nonetheless seems to very much appreciate it. It's not heavily shorted, so 1.31% of the free float's being shorted, so it's good to see. And the reason why I bring that up is it kind of shows how influential they will be in the trading day. So if it's, for instance, 10% or greater, then there's a good likelihood that shorts will be all over that stock. And vice versa, if it's 1.3, most likely that's not going to be, they're not going to do anything whatsoever. So the fact that it is green today is kind of, it's a good day trade. So that's kind of what I'm talking about there. But with it at 282, it is trading between this S2 and this S3. So 269 is going to be a strong support. 345 followed by 319 is going to be the next strong target / resistance points. Target had their earnings, not necessarily the best, down 10.3%. Not really familiar with the exact reason why it's going down, whether it be because of the future guidance or key metrics or a combination of the both. But nonetheless, I feel like that is one thing that the market is really watching for as a good indicator of consumers' health. So target's down quite a lot. And then aside from that though, 3.39% of the free float's being shorted, works to be 15.3 million shares overall being shorted. It looks like shorts kind of bet on the wrong angle because they kind of did return quite a lot leading up to today. So I don't know if they felt that Target's earnings was actually going to be a beat and that it was going to move higher, but unfortunately they kind of bet on the wrong direction. Aside from that, with it at 94 and change, it is trading between this S2 and this S3. I'm looking at the 1-day chart on a side note. So 91.99 is going to be a strong support. I do believe that it did kind of touch that at one point. I'll kind of give you a brief overview of that in a second, but 96.03 and then 98.53 is going to be the next round target / resistance points. So it does look as though the low for today was roughly around, it looks like 93. So it didn't touch that 92, but nonetheless, watch for that to be a good support level. Open door, it is losing a little bit of momentum today. So it is down 3.87%, but we've seen in the past, this stock has a mind of its own. It might be down 5%, then it goes green within 5-10 minutes. As far as specific catalysts, I don't think that there's anything listed coming out from the company itself. I think they're just going to be announcing the new interim CEO. That will be the next big catalyst in my opinion. But nonetheless, this one has been a golden day trader's dream. Shorts, 32.32% of the free float is being shorted. Works to be 152 million shares overall being shorted. Shorts have actually over the last week kind of sat tight, haven't really done all that much. Prior to that though, it went from around 34% short interest to where it is now. So I think now shorts are just waiting whether they need to double down or start to mitigate more risk and return more and more. Aside from that, with it at 347, it is trading between these 2 points, so this R1 and the pivot. So 287 is going to be a strong support. I don't see that being touched today. And then 349, that's going to be that key pivot. So best case scenario, if you're going to see a recovery, it'll close above that today between this R2 and this R1. And then if things really do heat up, 387 and then 448. But it's all going to come down to market sentiment. Aside from all that though, ticker's SISI, it is up 46%. Over the last 1 year though, it is down 99.33%. Reason why they're going higher this morning is because of this. So it looks like they did a strategic acquisition by expanding global blockchain biotech network. And then also looks like they unveiled the world's first on-chain cell asset tokenization platform. So that's kind of interesting. I think the problem with a lot of this news is I don't really understand exactly how that's going to be. I kind of gave this a quick read. It doesn't really explain that either. So for those of you that are familiar with that, how is that beneficial? But nonetheless, it doesn't really matter because markets seem to think it's good, and so that's why it's up 46%. As far as shorts, they might be a little bit more of an influential factor. 18.85% of the free float is being shorted today at the time doing this video, and that works out to be 81,000 shares. So this essentially is exactly what the market does like to squeeze. So I'm sure that might be a point that people will be angling and kind of looking at. But market likes to squeeze somewhat heavily shorted stocks and low float. So this exactly does meet that criteria. Aside from that though, with it at 713, trading between this pivot and this S1. So 686 is going to be a strong support. And then 934 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And then one final thing, pop over in the description below and sign up for Moomoo, because I'm going to be doing a dedicated video all about algorithmic trading. Moomoo actually does have the ability to let retail investors set up algos to automatically trade. It's a very unique type of kind of thing that they do. So I recommend a lot of individuals to sign up. I'm going to be, like I said, doing a dedicated video just on like a tutorial, so you can sign up in advance. And plus they do have a pretty good promo right now where if you just deposit $100, they give you a $50 back. So pretty good return on investment just based on that alone. And then one final thing, if you are looking for some solid buy signals, pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.